Ethan, 18, finally gathered the courage. The words, "I'm gay," were small, but they detonated his world. His father's cold silence became a shout, "Leave if that's who you are." Ethan packed a small backpack, the zipper whispering against the roaring in his ears. He walked out into the pouring rain. His mother cried, a silent silhouette in the doorway, but didn't stop him. "It's strange. The night I told the truth was the night I lost my home." The first weeks blurred into a cycle of shame, anger, and the smell of old takeout. Ethan was on his best friend Jamie's couch, scrubbing dishes at a local diner to save for college. "You didn't lose your family," Jamie told him one night, a mug of tea warming his hands. "They lost their chance to love you right now." It was comforting, but the wound was deep. You can survive a lot, but surviving love that turns its back on you? That's the hardest part. The years raced by. Ethan worked multiple jobs and earned a degree in graphic design, moving to a new, vibrant city. He built a fortress of independence, but loneliness was its constant shadow. Every holiday, every family gathering he saw in a cafe window was a reminder of the empty seat at his own table. He wrote countless letters to his parents, pouring out his heart, then tearing them up. Forgiveness was easy to write about. Living it, that was harder. The city gave him more than a career. It gave him a chosen family. He moved in with Lucas, a fellow artist, who pushed him to showcase his unique designs. They spent nights laughing over cheap pizza, sharing their biggest dreams and quietest fears. Ethan realized that love didn't have to follow bloodlines. It could be found, fiercely and unconditionally, in the people who saw his true self. Blood makes you related. Love makes you family. 7 years after he walked away, a message flashed on Ethan's screen. Unknown number. "Ethan, it's Mom. Can we talk?" His heart didn't just race. It stopped, then hammered against his ribs. Anger and a powerful, terrible longing wrestled inside him. He stared at the glowing letters for hours, his thumb hovering over the reply button. Finally, the shaky words typed themselves out. "I don't know if I can." The emails became a fragile bridge. His mother wrote about his father being weakened by an illness, not dying, but changed. She confessed her deep regret, the constant ache of his absence. Ethan's replies were cautious, yet raw. He let her see the pain, the emptiness of the holidays, the years of wishing for their simple acceptance. "You taught me to be honest, but when I was, you turned away. Do you know what it does to a person?" The old house looked exactly the same, but smaller, as if 7 years had shrunk it. His mother, visibly older, opened the door. Their eyes met, and the silence stretched tight before she whispered, "I'm so sorry." Ethan didn't respond with a word, only a desperate embrace. The warmth of his mother's body was both foreign and devastatingly familiar. Sometimes forgiveness begins not with words, but with a tear that refuses to fall alone. His father was sitting in the living room, a shell of the man who had yelled at him 7 years ago, quieter, his face lined with illness and regret. The air was too heavy to breathe. "I was wrong," his father finally said, his voice raspy. "I thought I was protecting you, but I was protecting my pride." Ethan's carefully built defenses crumbled. He hadn't expected the truth to sound like this. He didn't say he understood, but he said he was sorry, and that was enough. They spent the weekend in the yard. Ethan held the hose while his father worked slowly in the garden. It was awkward, simple work, but it broke the silence. They talked about graphic design, the city, even his dad's love for old jazz. That night, his mother cooked his favorite chicken parmesan. It wasn't a perfect, instant fix, but it was real. Healing doesn't erase the past. It teaches you to live with it without breaking. Months later, Ethan held his first big exhibition, Home is Who Loves You. To his surprise, his parents were the first ones there. They stood before a painting, A small, familiar house under a wide, rainbow-streaked sky. His father took his hand, his grip surprisingly strong. "You built a life out of what we broke," he whispered. "We're proud of you." Ethan's eyes filled with joyful tears. He finally understood. He hadn't waited for them to change. He had simply stayed true to himself. "They kicked me out for being gay, but love found a way to bring me home."